Hello, 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 and welcome back to The Outer Worlds. Now, when last we left off, we talked to Reed Thompson at the Saltuna Cannery. He wants me to go on a quest, and I got my first companion, Parvati, right? I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. So we're going to go and explore the rest of this town, then we're going to head to talk to the Vicar, the team to lead Halcyon, and even better tomorrow. Oh, let's go this way first. I came in there, so let's start on the right. Come on, Parvati. Didn't I tell you to stay close to me? Why are you so far away? You make me nervous when you do that. Huh.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens.
Oh, is this your garage? And to think I was going to steal everything I could from it. Still might.
Hey, that's...
Oh.
I mean, if you need it, okay.
What's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours, Parvati. What does this do? Maintenance Division logs. There are currently 3 open trouble tickets. Let's check this one out. Summary. Serial failure on startup. Okay. Steps to reproduce. Turn it on. Try it again. Try it again. Kick the loader. Curse injured toes. Have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Try it again. It makes a rattling noise. Maintenance notes. Dang it, Clancy. I just got you back on your feet 2 weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. Sounds like his stator's off axis again. We'll clean out and resit. Clancy's guts got caught and all pulled out. Likely on account of somebody trying to restart him over and over again. Need to rewind all the coiling in number 4. Okay, stator's working, but there's something else off. Have to wait until it's quiet and spin him up for a listen. That's funny, like, just think about the red tape, stupid bureaucratic decisions. It's like you have to put 7 steps, at least, even if there weren't 7. Start a production line, observe processing of cans, follow first batch, to heat, 1 or more loud popping noises, smoke, smell of burned salt tuna, overheat, klaxon on monitor 6, flames jet from exhaust parts, automatic shutdown, maintenance notes. Likely as not, Bess got indigestion from being made to eat something she ain't made to. Again, heading over now. What are they putting in there? I'm very curious. Am I the only one who's seeing this, or is it just like my television? How when I scroll, it goes dark and like all wobbly, and it just makes it even harder to read. Steps to reproduce. Okay, look northwise. I said look northwise, blasted useless translator. Near scrap pile. Could be northeast from town, I guess. Observe mechanical clanking about all menacing-like. See it. It's right there. So are there things like roaming about and they're trying to ignore it and that's why the priority was set to low? You got a cool place here, Parvati. I like what you do with it. Mind if I take that? No. You learn the first time that I get to take what I want. All right, so now I know where your thing is. It's right here. Maintenance division. Oh, I see. It's not just yours. Like, that's just where you guys are. How do I get upstairs, though? There's clearly an upstairs. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I didn't go everywhere. Lots of food. You know what I think is bothering me, too? The sensitivity. Like, the turning. Controls. Controller sensitivity. Yeah, let's up that to about 50. See how that fares. Much better. Okay. I still feel weird walking forward, but it is what it is.
I don't like coming out here. People on the street stare.
Why? Don't be ashamed. I mean, people on the street might stare at you, but that's because they love you. The hills are alive with the canned salt tuna. All right.
If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
I do. Close the door. Peep, peep, poop, peep, poop, poop. Wash my hands. And dry off with this very jagged-edged towel. I'm done. I do my peas and poops really quick.
Oh, you like flowers?
I do. I like them a lot.
Many kinds around here.
Can I have them? No?
My dad's... It's an office. Just my office.
Okay. But I can also sleep! I'm gonna sleep for 8 hours. Gotta get my Zeds. Resting in the bed is relaxing and moves time forward. In supernova difficulty, you can only rest in your bed on your ship. Oh, I have a bed on my ship? So I guess that takes the place of me owning a home. I would really like to like own a place or like rent a place in here. Mind if I look at your stuff? Enter a keyword for record search. Law search. Indumati. 2 records found. Indumati left Edgewater today. She's been reassigned to Terra 1. Kissed her goodbye at the platform and asked if I'd ever see her again. We both knew the answer was no. Look up and think of me, as I'll look up and think of you. Is that your girlfriend? Transcripts. Robert, they wouldn't let me keep her, but I know you'll raise her with love. Oh, it's a pet. Perhaps more than I would make time for. Well, I hope it's a pet. Otherwise, you have a very strange idea of what a relationship is. You're patient and present in a way that I'm not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Parvati. Oh, okay. They tell me her birthday will be set on the date she's legally delivered to you. She was actually born on July 7th. Make her feel special when I can't. She liked it when I sang to her. It was the only time she stopped crying. Wait, so that's your mom? And that's why you're looking for... Oh, you're trying to find your mommy? Oh. Well, that's very personal. 1 record found. I sat up last night reading through the Young Spacer's Guide. Almost started reading it out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have parts of it memorized. Reckon I'll take the next volume into work at the cannery. There's an unused office where I've been taking my lunches. May as well read the whole thing again. Oh. I'm gonna pick this lock sadly. So, because you're like all techie and gadgety, are you like impressed by me hacking things? I think that's what's happening. Do you want to talk about your family?
Something you need?
Yeah, here we go. I noticed you mention your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead? How's that possible? How's that possible?
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Is that normal?
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Well, maybe we'll go and find your mom one of these days. All right, I think I've had enough time in your space. All right, let's go. Oh, I was about to jump onto the stairs, and I might have taken some fall damage. All right, so we come in there. To the right is that. Then we've got the constabulary.
Wish we had some better rations.
At least you got your health.
Way to look at the bright side.
Staying long?
No, not really.
Spacer's Choice takes care of its own.
You're not attractive. Okay.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Not really. What's your problem, Parvati? Hey, I like how your hair matches your whole vibe.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
Nah. If you need help with your marauder problem, I'm for hire. Oh yeah, that's right, because I was going to do that. But let me ask some questions first.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
All of my questions fall within exactly 30 to 50% curiosity, which I think you'll find optimal. Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about
Oh,
this individual?
no, I don't. I forgot. There's a bounty on his head. Never mind that.
Interesting jumpsuit you've got. And by interesting, I mean suspiciously reminiscent of contraband.
Thank you. I've got other questions for
As
you.
long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Okay, so why do you work for Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serves Spacer's Choice.
I see. So who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation.
I see.
Also known as the board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
There are lots of things I don't already know. So you're basically a bureaucrat. There was one other thing.
Something to report?
Okay.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals.
Yeah, do it.
Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Okay. I could do that. I'm afraid to ask about Phineas because I don't want to get him in trouble. You know what? Maybe I will ask her about him after I've, helped her out. You're doing a good job of maintaining these cells, friend. Bounty records. These are the people I'm looking for. Guillaume Gil Antrim, former Spacer's Choice associate mechanic, terminated from his position. The Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination, and Restitution has filed a writ of execution for Guillaume Gil Antrim, effective immediately. Some of you may remember Gil Antrim from his days in the Connery. Please be advised that Spacer's Choice no longer recognizes Mr. Antrim as a member of his valued family. Spacer's Choice advises its workers in good standing to remain in good standing by disabusing themselves of any sympathy, allegiance, or memory toward Mr. Antrim. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. Okay. Wanted, Doc Maybelle Burgess, former Spacer's Choice physician, abandoned her duties and disappeared from Edgewater, at large and considered dangerous. All right. Doc Maybelle is wanted for 3 counts of larceny, 2 for each parcel of stolen adrenatime, and 1 for depriving the outpost of its official physician. Okay. And last but not least, Birdie Cotton, former victor acting on behalf of the Order of Scientific Inquiry, stationed to the Edgewater Vicarage, suffered psychological breakdown upon showing symptoms of plague, at large and dangerous. Okay. Writ of execution, damn. The Order of Scientific Inquiry has declined a response. Vicar Cotton's sermons are considered defunct and obsolete. Spacer's Choice advises purging them from your memory with the help of Zero G. Zero G brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Alright, don't you worry about it, Constable. I can take care of everyone. Come on, Parvati.
Still ain't past it.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny that this is just also out here. Birdie. So he's got like a bald head. Doc Maybelle looks like a ghost. And, Guillaume! He's got some nice hair. Alright. I really am mad, though, that the game didn't have a hair option I wanted. I like ponytails and things, and it didn't have anything I liked.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Okay, cool. Okay. Anything? Don't mind. I'm just looking at what you've got. What kind of barbershop is this? He's like, it's a surgical barbershop. We don't style hair, we just scalp others and place their hair on you. Hi.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
You keep that up and your face is going to be next to my fist. You know what? Do your haircuts usually come with free lectures?
We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company.
Ah ha ha ha.
I'm Conrad, You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
I see. I get it. Prepare my remains for what?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
I like how that's kind of commentary on the fact that so many employers, in order to save money, like force their employees to do jobs that they really shouldn't be doing. So it's just like, he's a barber and I guess a mortician because why not? Like, you know, it saves them from having to actually hire a mortician. All right, let's see. You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place. What do you know about this plague? What do you know about the plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
What are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
What you're describing sounds a lot like a flu.
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol.
Okay. Why don't you treat all your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
I don't like how smirky your face got just there. Whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
Okay, you seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
Death is his business, and business is good. All right, well, it sounds exhausting, though.
As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work.
It's also good commentary on how often religion can help support, like, corporate interests, and, like, it's just, you know, economic interests and financial interests. All right, let's see. I think that's it for now. That's it for now. I'm going to go in here and look at what you've been up to, though. Ooh. Examine. Letter from Phyllis. Conrad, receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset, and somebody has to pay his body price. This is going to ruin us. So I was thinking that we'd pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down his family or something. How do you what? You're processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry them out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bits to pay his body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Oh, man. Wow. So not only do you, guys, here, sweetheart, can you go out? Go stand over there. Nobody see nothing. Are you looking at me, Conrad? Conrad, can you see this? Damn it, Conrad!
What do you think you're doing?
Persuade.
Carry on.
Yeah, because you know what? Parvati would have slapped you upside your head. All right. Well, my reputation's decreasing lots. But it said I found the cantina. That's not a cantina. That's a barbershop. Unless it just meant this area.
Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Ooh. Hey, what's up?
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
What's wrong with you, Rosemary Kwan?
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time.
That's not true.
I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association.
Oh.
People are gonna talk.
I'm already tarnished by the fact that I can't stop stealing, so... What's going on here?
Figured it was obvious. I got sick. Couldn't get better on my own. Got moved here for everyone's sake. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
Well, you know what? I've got some training. I could take a look at you. Also, let me check the time. All right, I'm still doing good on time. Let's go back to here. Boop.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
You know what? You obviously need help. I'll treat you, and then you can pretend that you just got better on your own. Okay?
People trouble. Lazy worker like me getting special treatment from some out-of-town physiker like you?
I'm sorry,
People will talk.
physiker?
Company always tells us. Weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
You know, you hear that all the time. Why do you need health care? If you weren't such a shit, you wouldn't need medicine. Why do you need a roof over your head? If you weren't so lazy, you wouldn't be homeless. Yeah, we get it. We get it. I've got some adrenatime. It's yours if you want. That's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself because you feel sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening.
All right, all right.
I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
All right. Well, see, I don't want to give her this then, because what if I give it to her and then she has problems? You know what? Fine.
You've got adrenatime? How? No, I don't want to know. Could be you stole it. Could be you're trying to test me. See if I'm going to violate company policy.
I'm not.
I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
All right, so the adrenatime is very valuable. I'm sorry, I was just staring at your crotch inadvertently. How do I steal from you guys? You're all sick. Also, you probably don't want to have a bunch of the sprats in here if you guys are sick. It's gross. I mean, look at that. Ugh. You know, you might get better if this place wasn't such crap. I have to remember the things with the colored lights over them are doors I can go through. Nobody's gonna see that.
Something's not right. Take him down!
What? What? Somebody fighting? Who's fighting? Let me go out here and take a look and see what's happening. What's happening out here? Somebody fighting back here? Anyway, hi.
Spacer's choice takes care of its own.
Was that you making all that fuss? Oh, I guess it was. Yeah, Spacer's choice takes care of its own when it's lucrative. Okay.
And your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna. I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for you.
I don't get a lot of visitors.
Hi. Thank you. At least he acknowledged that I'm important. All right. This is the general store. Yeah.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Holcomb, got my eye on you, girl.
I got my eye on you, boy. Too bad you're not my type.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
What incident?
Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
You know what? I've got some questions for you.
Go right ahead.
What's your take on this place?
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now?
No.
It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
Okay. Hi, telling yourself that won't make it true. I'm glad you're so optimistic. You can't be serious. No one in their right mind would want to live here. The blister on my ass is prettier than Edgewater. I would say that if not for the fact that it makes it sound like my ass is blemished, which it isn't.
You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work. Lucky to be alive.
No, listen, I get it.
Paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
I get it. You know, I don't want to... Let me see, actually there
Go
was.
right ahead.
Anyone I should watch out? So, okay, so what's a plague that's supposed to be going around? All right, about the plague.
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
All right. Are you done being delusional or should I wait? Is there a reason you feel like you have to hide what's going on?
You have got the wrong idea about me. I've got nothing that needs hiding. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Survival of the fittest. It ain't just a law of nature, it's company policy. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
Yeah, you know, there was an episode of Star Trek Voyager about that very thing. And you know what they did? They took one of the higher up people and they reprogrammed the system to think that they were a lower tier person. Then they infected him with a disease that was incredibly painful. And because the system recognized him as lower tier, it wouldn't dispense the treatment to him. So he was just like, oh my God. And they were like, yeah, you want the treatment? Huh? Then you better just tell the system that it can treat all of these people. And he was like, okay, you can get the medicine. Ha ha ha. So basically, you know, the people that are on top need to suffer for the people on the bottom to be free. Anyway, and if you don't work hard enough,
then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded.
Well, maybe that's because you're not working hard enough. All right, let's see what you're selling.
Music to my ears.
Because if you're not selling mag picks, I don't care. Merchant skill. A merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialogue skill and is used to negotiate prices. I see. I would like to buy some mag picks. How much is it? What am I looking at? Oh, buy. 16? Oh, I see. I don't know if this is a situation where, like, different towns, like, there's only certain towns you can go to get certain armor and stuff. So, ooh, worker outfit. I might need that to, like, sneak into a place. How much is it? 49. I don't know if, like, that's going to be a mechanic in this game, like being able to wear certain things and have people think you are someone you're not because of it. But we'll see. So what happened here?
Where are we headed?
No, you're going to tell me about the incident here.
You mean why I'm not allowed in the store anymore?
Yeah, spill it.
There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12.
You stole from it?
Not intentionally. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing. And next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road.
Sounds hilarious. I'm gonna chuckle because you know what? Oh, wait. Oh, you picked the lock on the vending machine.
Well, sure. We're not tough. Even back then, before I got real good at that sort of thing. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of 0G?
Go on.
It exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by.
That's awesome.
I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Rose still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool.
All right. I wanted to laugh just so I could show her that, you know, I'm on her side, right? And everything's fine. But then when she mentioned being able to, like, hack into the vending machine, now I'm wondering if that's a thing I could have her do.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
Oh. What's in here?
You're safer inside the walls.
Ah, you have to go back to work, do you? Oh, I see. I was just in the back of there. Okay. Oh, the cantina's right in front of me.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
No, I don't drink at all, actually.
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another 0G.
Let's talk to all these folks, but first, time check. All right, I'm getting there. Let's go ahead and save. Hello.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor?
Hey, Winslow.
Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again?
You been drinking?
Edgewater, jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive.
Think you've had a little too much to drink.
Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my 3rd bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much 0G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet?
You were injured?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on 0G brew. After the 2nd bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
But that would affect your... You sound like you need a surgeon. I mean, wouldn't that affect your, productivity?
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Ha! Called it. All right. What's your story, stranger?
Spacer's Choice takes care of its own.
How about you?
We don't get a lot of visitors.
Okay. Well, I'll remember you, Winslow. Can I just go back in here before I buy anything? The toilet. Keep a lookout, Parvati. I'm getting in here. Yeah. All mine.
Gone quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, very quiet, Parvati. We don't want anyone to know what we're doing in here. Okay. I do like that, you know, you have to be in their line of sight, even if they're not looking at you, so you know when you can and can't steal. And that it's not a situation like in some kind of quest where just you steal something in the person's house and you're like downstairs and somehow they know. And they're like, hey, what are you doing? Get out of here. Guards, guards. What's up here? Nice little sitting area. Ooh, that looks nice. I'm that person where in like, you know, when things like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, one thing I could do is like I would collect everything and I had to have one of everything. Like in Elder Scrolls, I had to have one of every book. If there were 2 forks and the picture of the fork looked different, then I had to have both of those. So I was constantly collecting everything and I loved it. All right. There's a very nice view. I can look down on all the people that I look down on. Let's talk to the barkeep while I'm behind the bar. Hello.
I don't know you.
I'm Boobs Alfred.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hardworking company folk here.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I'm gonna use my charm. I mean, I've already used my perception. I've already used my persuasion. What a fine establishment.
You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles.
I feel ya.
Guess
I feel ya.
misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately.
Like what?
I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters.
I wouldn't dream of it. Fine by me. Let's see what's on the tap.
Coming right up.
Let's see. Again, how do I see how many I have? Is it at the top? Whatever, I'll buy that. And some dehydrated water tablets. And some plain and pure water. Thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors.
All right, lay it on me,
We'll
sister.
get you mostly drunk at half the price. Spacer's choice.
Spacer's choice. Just felt like chatting.
Go ahead.
What if I told you I just got shot in space by a crazy scientist? I was wondering if you knew anything about the Hope. Oh, yeah.
The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like. Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something.
Huh. Wow, people really don't know about my thing. I'm from the Hope myself. I guess it means you've never heard of anybody from the Hope. Yeah.
Yeah, I got vague recollections of some folklore about a mysterious colony ship.
It's not folklore. I'm from there.
Feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go set yourself down in the corner before you get all tangle-footed?
I just want to know if anybody else... I'm not drunk. I just want to know if anybody else made it off the Hope.
Then pretend you're drunk. Sober folk don't talk the way you are. Not unless they're looking for a trip to Tartarus.
Well, I hear they have good
The
sauce.
Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it.
All right, I'm sorry. You sound scared.
Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice.
Spacer's Choice! I want to talk about you.
Go ahead.
What's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Well, I don't see how any of this is your business besides the fact that it's your business. Ooh, Persuade 26. Do I have that?
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that.
I'm gonna get. Okay, I'm guessing if it shows it to me, then I can do it.
Family's
So
worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
a lot of disabusing going around. You've been scrubbing dishes all your life. Perception. So you had a dream being a scientist. What happened? Yeah, I'm not gonna judge the choice that she made by being like, oh, so you've been scrubbing dishes all your life? No, like she did what she thought was best for herself at the time.
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing Zero G?
Is Zero G like Nuka-Cola? Asking questions the foundation of science. The best scientists ask too many. Sounds like, yeah, you know what?
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful.
All right. Well, you know what? It sounds like they took care of you.
They did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
All right. Well, you know, I'm not even going to ask you. Well, yeah, I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask just to see what she says.
What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
All right. Thanks for the story.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours.
Oh,
So,
well.
What's your story?
You know what? You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Prove it.
I'm the lost survivor of the colony ship Hope. Everyone else is
I
frozen.
already asked you not to bring that up around me. Change the subject or buy something.
You asked. Okay, what if I told you I just got shot in space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
Okay. I mean, I don't think she's being literal, but fine.
You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
Spacer's choice. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so you asked about myself.
Suppose I did. Ready to talk about it?
Still trying to figure it out myself.
What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo.
Could be. I don't work for any company.
You're one of those freelancers then? Running about Halcyon, selling off your loyalties to the highest bidder? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it.
I like you, Amelia. Bye. All right, so let's finish this off with doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing, which is talking to the vicar. All right.
It's weird in here. It's too clean.
You are the cleanest looking person I've seen all day.
Huh? Our place in the universe is fixed.
It says you.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all.
Mary's glasses are dope.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Huh. Hi.
Talking to the good vicar, work fortifies the spirit.
I really like you. You've got a very me vibe going on, but all right, fine. Clearly you don't want to have anything to do with me.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Oh, you don't say. I just heard that 2 seconds ago from someone else. Hello.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity.
I do. Brevity is a soul of wit.
Welcome as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Ah, seems like you've got a bit of a sense of humor. I like your style. How do you know I'm an outsider, besides the fact that I'm so much better than everyone else?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here.
Fair.
Except for Ms. Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Huh. Maybe it's because you're so dismissive, quite inappropriate for a vicar. You know what? I'm a bit surprised to hear you dismiss your parishioners so casually.
I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
You know what? He's the first person besides her that I like, so I'm not going to antagonize him. Just going to say, you know, it's got to be tough.
Yes, it is. But it's my job, and I take it very seriously. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
All right, well, what sort of spiritual... is language?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
What does OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
Oh, how do you talk to this grand architect? Prayer? Meditation? Snapchat?
You don't talk to the grand architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
So what's your part in all this, Vicar, besides counseling people?
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again.
Right.
Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion.
Tell me more about this fantasy of yours.
Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Well, I've got a few minutes. I'm sure that's just as good. All right, Parvati wanted to talk to you about something.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb?
No.
Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Okay, cut off power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
I do believe it. What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Do you strike you as a responsible life you? I'll see your religion and raise you intelligence. All right, depends on how well the leader can provide beyond your walls.
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for.
Touché, Vicar. So what would you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Right, just talk to everybody into coming together. I'll keep that in mind. Sounds like I got work for me. Thank you for your time. Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
Isn't it like right around the corner? Why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Oh, I'm on it, Vicar. Not for the money, but for the challenge. A handsome sum, you say? Tell me more. Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book? I assume you'll want to burn it. You know what? Why would you be after a banned heretical book, friend?
I just want to keep the writing out of laymen's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Well, it's already in public consumption. I need to know a little bit more about the book, though.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I'm always serious.
It's not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
Well, it sounds like you have a little bit of respect for it.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
All right, nice. Well, how do you feel about that, Parvati? Why do you not talk to him? Do you have a crush on him? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, huh? You mean
Listen.
about the mission being too clean?
Yeah. In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker. Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Very interesting analogy. Ah. Not what we live, but what we strive for. It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for. Yes.
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
All right, fair enough. In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know it's none of my business.
I don't make a habit of
It's not
imbibing.
Like a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking.
Oh. Nope, sounds like folk here live hard lives.
Maybe so. But we don't think on it that way.
Well, apparently you do. You know what, Parvati? I like you. You're alright. Vicar seems alright too. Despite, him being who he is. Alright, I think this is a good place for me to wrap this up. I can imagine that there will be people who think that some of the kind of points that this game is trying to make are heavy-handed, because that was something that people complained about in, what the heck was it? But whatever it was, people were like, Detroit Become Human. People were like, oh yeah, we get it, racism, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're beating us over the head with that and with class systems and such. I do feel like this is a lot more subtle, but I still feel like because so far every character is kind of alluding back to the way that the world is and the way that the system works, that some might find it heavy-handed. So I'd be interested to see if, depending on where I go and the different worlds I go to, there will be people who talk about different systems and different values that hopefully oppose the ones that I'm being introduced to and, here at the start of the game. Oh, it's doing that Bethesda thing. Anyway, yeah, so if you're enjoying this game and you're enjoying me just kind of going through very calmly exploring everything I want to explore, in spite of the fact that that's going to make this game take 4,000 hours to get through, please do come on back for the next episode. Go ahead and subscribe so that you know when I'm posting all these videos, this game or other games or whatever it is. And I'll see you back here soon as we continue to explore the Outer Worlds.
Ready when you are.